What's good, guys? Listen, man. Listen, guys. We are back. Listen, man. Guys, unfortunately, right? The hate watch, right? It went south because Federico Valverde is an absolute animal. But listen, guys, listen. It's nice to see the chat, right? Relatively active, right? Big up Santiago. You know what? Santiago, the first thing I see in the chat is hold that 1-0 units. I bet. Listen, don't worry, because you know what? I had a plan. Real Madrid, if they won, I was gonna cook you guys. If what's it called? If you guys drew or lost, I was gonna cook you guys too. So listen, I mean, Santiago, I didn't want to do it to you, right? But I think I'm gonna have to for all the Madrid fans, because I got something prepared. But listen, guys, smash up the likes, right? The likes push it out to new people, right? Obviously, and new people can find the channel just like you guys have found my channel. Big up Junior, right? Bro, you gotta charge your thing then, bro. I don't know how that makes sense, but listen, big up Junior, right? Big up Junior, right? Big up Segule, big up Adam. You know what I'm saying? Big up Adam, right? All the time. Yeah, guys, I seen Inter lost. Catalan, I seen Inter did lose. But man, hold up, guys. Let me do something real quick. Just so I hopefully don't lag as much. But you know what? Listen, I seen the Real Madrid result. Obviously, I was watching the game. And Santiago, you know what? I was gonna talk about the actual game. Obviously, let me just talk about the game before the Real Madrid fans get cooked anyway, right? Because Real Madrid first half was really boring. I'm not gonna lie. First half was very, very boring. You know what I'm saying? After being eliminated from the UCL, I thought I would have seen more. But Real Madrid, there wasn't really a response. Even the whole game was lackadaisical. I'm not gonna lie. It was like you guys were just floating. You know what I'm saying? But eventually, Federico Valverde, right? He did score a very, very good goal, and he saved you guys. Because I feel like that if you guys drop points, right? I feel like that the title is done, bro. Honestly, I feel like that if Real Madrid dropped points, the title would have been over for sure. Big up, I'm gonna just say Hussein because I don't know how to say the first name. I'm not trying to butcher it, right? But listen, Vanley, I did see also Inter Milan. They're old and slow still, bro. Like, but Inter is gonna be tough. We're gonna talk about that later in this live, bro. It's not gonna be even be too long. So you know what I'm saying? Because I haven't a live with one of my you know what I'm saying homies. But listen, big up Vanley all the time. Yeah, you did dominate, but it was like no cutting edge. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that Unai Simon, he didn't really need to make too many saves, right? In Real Madrid, bro, once again, Carlo Ancelotti gets bailed out, bro. Absolutely bailed out. And you know what? I'll show you what I'm looking at right here. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you right here, bro. So basically, I think you guys can see my screen. I mean, I hope you guys can, right? So big up Zier, by the way. Big up Zier. Guys, smash up them likes, bro. We're going to talk about Neymar later in this live, bro, because there's some rumors, but I do have to, you know what I'm saying, give my thoughts about it. But Real Madrid, since you guys are happy, you know what I'm saying, I do have to cook you guys because look at this PR. Just because you won tonight, lucky, very lucky, Valverde, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you guys dominated, but honestly, bro, you know what? You guys are still getting your cooking, bro. Like, remember the PR before the Arsenal game, bro. Santiago, I wasn't gonna do this, but it wasn't just you, but some Real Madrid fans in the chat. That guy Modric the GOAT, bro. I ain't gonna lie, he kind of triggered me, bro. Listen to this. There is fear in England. They fear Real Madrid's comeback. Arsenal fans themselves are scared, right? See, like, I don't know. The guy before, whoever his name is, Flinney or whatever, how can you possibly out cringe Arsenal, right? Listen, bro, but Jude Bellingham, thank you, bro. Thank you for giving me some content to put out. Right? He said the most word used in the dressing room in the last days is remontada, right? There was none. You know what I'm saying? Let's go to the next slide. The next slide. Real Madrid are preparing an emotional motivation video that they will play to the players on Wednesday night, right before the Arsenal game. Brother, what is this, bro? You know what I'm saying? This is not Real Madrid that I know. This one was hilarious, bro. Vinicius on Instagram tomorrow, 9 p.m. Brother, nothing happened. What are you talking about 9 p.m., bro? You know what I'm saying? Isn't this guy the guy who said 10 times more, bro? You know what I'm saying? To be fair, he got that goal today. but it got ruled off, so it doesn't even matter, right? Yo, and I'll check the chat in 1 minute, right? Bro, this one was hilarious too. The Madrid media, absolutely shameless. 2 days, 5 hours, and 50 minutes remaining. The remontada is so close. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? I was thinking the same. This guy said, Elite Gunner, right? He said, they're way too confident. I reckon the biggest scandal in history is coming. You know what? It didn't come, but brother, this is a shameless. Why 2 days, 5 hours, and 50 minutes? That's crazy, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Let me see this. Okay, this one's actually hilarious, right? It says some players, you know what I'm saying, demanding exercises of possession and pressure, then played a match in a small space. And then this brother, he's a Madrid fan, to be fair. He's like, how come we didn't do that in training before? It sounds like basic training. It sounds like rondos, you know what I'm saying? Some possession drills. You know, that's kind of funny. I skipped this one. I seen this before. This one is the most shameless, worst one ever. And then I had to check it, and it was fake. But you know what? It sounded realistic because y'all heard all the other ones. It said, just in, Real Madrid players won't use their usual tunnel when coming onto the pitch tomorrow. They'll descend from heaven. You know what I'm saying? And I actually believed this until I looked at it the second time, and then I seen it was an Arsenal fan. But he was just taking the piss. Because once again, I have to read this one. Real Madrid players won't use their tunnel. You know what I'm saying? Their usual tunnel. They'll just descend from heaven. Honestly, I believed it for like 5 minutes because of all the other PR. You know what I'm saying? That the media in Madrid was pushing out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to close the roof, bro. You know what I'm saying? Rice, you know, it cooks better with the pot on. I'm just letting y'all know. But listen, I feel like my bad, Santiago, and all the Madrid fans, but I had to do it. Listen, I had to do it because all these Real Madrid fans, you know, a fair play for your win, right? But I told you guys are getting cooked regardless because the Celta Vigo game, y'all thought we were really going to lose that. But listen, regardless, right? Real Madrid, right? They did get the job done, unfortunately. And if I'm going to look at the league table right now, right? Let's look at the league table. I got it up here, right here. So, basically, hold up. Nah, bro. Basically, the league table, the way that it's looking right now, right? Okay, this is not updated, bro. Why is it saying a draw? Real Madrid won the game. You guys are on, yeah, okay, perfect. Now it's good. So Real Madrid, right? You guys have 69 points, right? We've got 73, right? It's a 4-point gap. So it's not over for sure. It's definitely not over. The title race is definitely not over. And that's why it's annoying because I feel like that how'd you guys draw this game, right? I really thought that, you know what I'm saying, that probably the title's over. I feel like 6 points will be enough for Barca. But the fact that you guys, right, credit to Valverde, it was an amazing shot. Like, I'm not going to lie. Federico Valverde, how many times in these, like, 1-0 type of games is it like Fede Valverde, you know what I'm saying, come in clutch? When Vinny and Rodrigo, you know, Mbappe obviously had the red card. He was in the stands, right? Bro, Valverde, I ain't going to lie, though. His shooting is unbelievable, bro. His shooting, like, I can't even hate. It's legit, truly elite, bro. His right foot, when he has, it doesn't matter if the ball is bouncing or the ball's on the ground, bro. The guy knows how to have a proper connection with the ball. But listen, I mean, ultimately, it is what it is, bro. Like, I think we're going to have to end it in the Clasico because Real Madrid, if it's not like the top teams in Spain, they get by, right? Barca, we haven't really been playing well in the last couple of weeks. I'm not going to lie. We're still getting the job done. But I think it'll go down to the El Clasico. And the thing is, if we lose the El Clasico, right, it would be a 1-point gap. And that would be a very bad situation because our games after the El Clasico are very tough. Like, we got Villarreal, Espanyol, and we got Bilbao, last game of the season. I'm talking about the La Liga El Clasico, by the way. So that's why it was annoying. I feel like that even if we have a 6-point gap with the tiebreaker, I really feel like that's enough. Even with the Clasico, we could tie it. Even if we lose, right, we'd still have, you know what I'm saying, we have to choke another 2 times because even if we lost again, then we would be leveled, but we would probably have the head-to-head still. So then we'd probably have to draw one more. And I feel like that wouldn't happen. But listen, honestly, I'm just kind of mad about Bilbao. They didn't start their starters. You know, ultimately, I was okay with it. I was like, whatever. Athletic Bilbao, they didn't start their starters. It is what it is, right? What can I do about it, right? What can I say, right? They had a big game in the Europa League, and they won through against Rangers. But listen, ultimately, ultimately, I feel like that they could have done a lot better in that second half to get a goal, right? Like, big up Emmanuel, big up to the chat. He said, how did Bilbao not score at least one goal? I don't know, bro. To be fair, though, they didn't really attack. So that is what I would say. Big up to the chat, bro. Let me read some of the chats, by the way, right? Big up to all of you guys, right? To make some time to just tune into the stream because we still got a lot to talk about. We haven't even talked about all the Barca related things yet, but you said, bro, people think that after the Copa del Rey final, Carlo will leave. And if he does, it'll be Xabi Alonso or Jurgen Klopp will become the next manager. I have seen that. I hope, honestly, that bro, I hope that honestly it's Alonso instead of Klopp because I really rate Klopp highly. I feel like they would get the best out of so many Madrid players, bro. Yeah, bro, Santiago, like that is where I can't hate, bro. Like Valverde's goal was legit the definition of a golazo, bro. What a goal, bro. K golazo, bro. Legit, bro. You know what I'm saying? He smacked that into the top corner. Top corner. The way that I moved to, it moved a little bit. Unai Simon's not saving that. No goalkeeper saving that. And it's just bro, Federico Valverde, legit, bro. That guy, man, he's got a cannon on him. Real talk. Watching Madrid sends me to sleep. That's the thing. Real Madrid, right? They had all of us watching the end of the game, and then they came up clutch, unfortunately. To be fair, this is probably how Real Madrid fans felt legit yesterday against Celta Vigo. But, and Van Lee, I hope that Getafe can get their job done. But we have to focus on Mallorca. Mallorca, I know we beat them the last time, but before that, we've had struggles. I know you could say Xavi tax, but bro, still, we've had a lot of trouble with Mallorca before. What are we saying? Yeah, the Valverde goal was special, bro. Like, guys, yeah, Bilbao played their B team. That's why I'm kind of mad at Bilbao because, like, brother, I understand, but it's still in the second half. Y'all could have got something out of that game for sure. But listen, I mean, guys, let's move on to Barcelona because obviously, guys, we haven't been playing that good, right? I feel like that, honestly, right? I feel like that, I don't know what I could say it is, bro. I don't know if it's rest. I don't know if it's fatigue. I don't know what it is, right? I don't know why FC Barcelona are looking quite tired, bro. Like, I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, I could show you guys the games that I'm talking about. Like, you guys might say we're winning. We are winning, and that's all that matters. Don't get it twisted. All that matters is winning, but we are barely winning. Like, a lot. Like, it's not a one-off anymore. It's like, bro, probably like our last 5 games we've got through and the results are technically good, but brother, like it's not giving me any confidence, bro. Like let me share with you guys right here. Guys, look at this, right? And big up to the chat. I'll get to it in like a minute, right? But guys, let's start off with the Real Betis game, right? The Real Betis game, I put it down to rest. And guys, by the way, smash up the likes, bro. Smash up the likes, you know what I'm saying? The live is not going to even be too long, so just stay tuned, right? And big up to the chat always, bro. Y'all make it more engaging. And ultimately, if you guys smash the likes, new people can see the content. But I don't always want to repeat it, so you know what I'm saying? But let's get straight into it, right? Real Betis was the first game. Bro, Javier, don't even get me started, bro. Real Madrid, what do they always do? They always play bad, bro. I don't know why. This is just what they do, bro. Legit. That's just what they do. But 1 second, right? Real quick. Real Betis, bro. They drew a game, right? My bad. What am I saying? FC Barcelona, we drew with Real Betis, right? We didn't play that good, right? I feel like the players played all right, but in the final third, you could tell they were kind of exhausted. They were tired. They were making the wrong decisions, okay? Borussia Dortmund, we destroyed them 4-0. Fair enough, right? It's the game that we play very good. It's the one game we've played very good. But then Leganés, we've played very bad. Matter of fact, the next game against Dortmund and Leganés, both of the goals scored by Barcelona, both 2 goals in the Leganés and second leg of Borussia Dortmund were own goals, right? So it's like, why? Like, I don't know why FC Barcelona are. I don't think there's a specific reason other than players are tired. And I have to say this because I feel like, and I'll get to it, but I feel like some people might be surprised where I'm going, right? Because I am going to criticize Hansi Flick a bit. But listen, if we go down to Celta Vigo, I feel like that we didn't play good in that game either, to be honest. I feel like that we turned it on in the second half when we absolutely had to. When Dani Olmo, right? My guy, Dani Olmo, I call him the glue. Listen, he had an absolute great game. cameo off the bench. I feel like that Lamine Yamal, we really needed him to win. But real talk, as a team, we've only probably played good in one game out of the last 5. And that's kind of worrying. You know what I'm saying? I'm not including the Atletico second leg because I thought we played decent, and we did ultimately what we were trying to do, not give Atletico space and score a goal. And we did that perfectly. But the last 4 or 5 games, we have been kind of bad, bro. I can't lie, right? I don't know what it is, but I want to say this, right? Because we're going to get to Hansi Flick, but I really feel like that guys like, for example, Pau Victor, Ansu Fati, right? Hector Fort, you probably should have given them a bit more minutes before this stage of the season. Because now it feels like, well, we haven't seen Ansu. We really haven't seen Hector Fort. We've barely seen Pau Victor, right? You can even say Pablo Torre, right? These 4 players, right? Whether you rate them or not, I don't think any of them are that bad. I feel like that, if anything, if you give them 10 minutes a game, right? These players, at least 10 minutes every single game, it builds up. You know what I'm saying? Lamine Yamal, right? 9 games if he plays a full 90 instead of playing 80 minutes and getting subbed off for like a Pau Victor or Ansu is a huge difference because now, you know, Lamine, that when the game is stretched, right? When the game, you know, you're lunging and everything like that, Lamine's trying very hard, right? Lamine's probably not going to get injured. But when Pau Victor and also Ansu Fati are never playing, when guys like Hector Fort is never playing, so Jules Koundé looks very, very sluggish the last couple weeks, I can't even fully blame Koundé. I can't even fully blame Yamal, bruv, because I feel like that is one criticism. That's probably the one criticism, right, that I feel like Hansi Flick has done with this roster. I feel like that some of the players, he hasn't given them any trust at all, right? And I feel like that is a problem ultimately. But listen, let's see what the chat's saying, right? It doesn't matter the coach that Real Madrid brings in. All Barca needs is to sign players because Hansi doesn't have enough squad depth at his disposal. Yeah, big up what's it called, John Williams, by the way, all the time. You're right, but this is the thing. You're saying the squad depth of Barcelona, he doesn't have enough, but I really feel like that FC Barcelona, I feel like that, yeah, we don't have enough, but you still have Ansu. You still got Pau Victor. Are they really that bad? Like, are they really a detriment to our team, right? Like, I feel like that Pablo Torre, is he that much worse than Fermin Lopez? I don't even think so. I disagree. That's where I disagree completely. I feel like that, Hector Fort, okay, Hector Fort or a Jules Koundé who's ridiculously tired, bro. I will play Hector Fort for 20 minutes. I know I don't even rate Hector Fort that highly, you know? I don't even rate Ansu that highly, but I really feel like that some of these players are very overplayed, and now we're seeing the effects. Jules Koundé, brother, you know, his cameo wasn't good, bro. He looked all over the place, and I can't even really blame him because he's played so much football. Jules Koundé has had less rest than even Lamine Yamal and Pedri. So he's the guy that I actually kind of feel a bit lenient for. You know what I'm saying? Gerard Martin, you know, he's playing a lot. He was playing even more, even before Balde got injured, than Hector Fort, right? He was playing more than probably even a Pablo Torre. I could probably check the stats, but I don't got the time to right now. But Gerard Martin was making a lot of substitute cameo performances for 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Koundé is overplayed. Van Lee, I absolutely agree, bro. We need to buy a right back. Ultimately, I think that Hansi Flick, I don't think he trusts Jules. I don't think he trusts Hector Fort because Jules Koundé is the one guy that I can see is ridiculously tired. He should not be playing full 90s. But Hansi Flick keeps playing him, bro. And you know what? I've credited Hansi Flick. He's the manager ultimately I wanted to bring to this club. I was saying, this is a massive improvement. It's a culture shock. It's everything we need. You know, we're in the UCL semis with Hansi Flick for the first time in like 5-6 years, right? So I've given Flick a lot of flowers. We're having a historic goal-scoring season. But, brother, listen, guys, Koundé, right? Pedri, Lamine Yamal, right? Even Rafinha, I would say, and you can even throw in Lewandowski if you want to, but the first 4 that I named are absolutely overplayed, you know? And I got something to share right here, guys, because listen, guys, we got a quote from Hansi Flick, right? He said that every league, right, protects their clubs. When they play in the Champions League, we have no time to rest. This is the thing, though. I kind of disagree slightly. I know that some leagues like Ligue 1, right? PSG, I think there's been 1 or 2 weeks that, correct me if I'm wrong, but PSG have had rest before big UCL games. I'm pretty sure the second leg, right, before they went to Villa Park. And honestly, if they didn't get that rest, PSG, they might have been out of the Champions League, real talk. But this is the thing. La Liga is not Ligue 1. And we are not the PSG of Ligue 1, right? We're not the one team that they care about, right? Bro, La Liga does not really care about Barca like that. Let's be real, guys. Let's be real. Javier Tebas, bro, he's an open Real Madrid fan at the end of the day. He is an open, publicly open Real Madrid Madridista, right? So, listen, at the end of the day, like, we can look at these games, right? We can look at these games. Celta Vigo, we already played that game. We got Mallorca not on Wednesday, Tuesday, bruv. Tuesday. So it's going to be tough, right? We're going to have to legit in 2 days play another game, right? And hopefully we win that game. And then after that, Copa del Rey final. We should have a little bit of rest, right? Instead of 3 days, guys. Guess what? You know what I'm saying? Yay, we get 4 days. Celebrate, because that's probably the longest rest we're going to get for a while. I'm not going to lie. The Copa del Rey final, right? After that, a huge game versus Inter Milan, first leg of the Champions League, right? Valladolid after that. That is a game that I'm telling y'all right now, that is a game we have to rest, because there is no option but to. Because then you have the second leg at the San Siro, right? Against Inter Milan. And then after that, you have FC Barcelona, Real Madrid, the La Liga El Clasico. So, guys, I'm telling y'all right now, it's looking very bleak right now for our scheduling. It's very tough. And after that, we have a derby versus Espanyol. And honestly, after that, I think we have another game. But y'all get the gist. We don't have any rest, basically, for the rest of the season. And this is a good thing because, well, we're on for a treble. But the bad thing is that, Hansi Flick, I wish that you have, you know what I'm saying? I wish that you at least gave a lot of these players more playing time, right? Like the likes of Ansu, like the likes of Pau Victor. I think that Pau Victor, remember, guys, y'all remember Pau Victor's, Pau Victor's preseason and Pablo Torres' preseason. They were phenomenal. Honestly, Pau Victor, I was making videos about Pau Victor. I was like, this guy has to get a spot, just like how Fermin Lopez got a spot, right? And you know what? I don't always credit Xavi, but Xavi basically, right, if he didn't have talent, he made talent just generate randomly, right? We see with Xavi, right? I'm not comparing really Flick to Xavi, obviously. That's kind of dumb. But the point is, with Xavi, right, we had Fermin Lopez just generated, legit, out of preseason. Pau Victor should have been there, I feel like, this season, right? Even if you don't rate Ansu, why doesn't Pau Victor get minutes? We're not asking for both. We're asking for just one. So Lamine Yamal can see the Champions League final, right? Healthy, not injured in the summer. But, I mean, it is what it is, right? I feel like that Pablo Torre, definitely, absolutely. He's taking his chances this season, and guess what? He goes back to the bench. So I don't understand that one. And Hector Fort, I truly don't get it. I really feel like that Hector Fort, I truly feel like Hector Fort should be playing. Jules Koundé is mad tired, bro. I just don't understand it. Guys, in the chat, let me know what y'all think, but I feel like that's the one criticism for Hansi Flick. I just don't get it. Some of these guys are not way over, right? They're not way over the guys who are starting, especially when they're tired. And on top of it, what makes it worse is that Real Madrid won today. So Real Madrid, guess what? They won today. So it's not like the points dropped. Okay, now we can rest versus Mallorca. Nah, it's not like that. So I feel like we might have to start at least half the starters against Mallorca. And then after that, we're going to have to do it again, against in the Clasico, of course, for the Copa del Rey final. But listen, I mean, let's move on because FC Barcelona, right? We've had a lot of injuries this season, but you know what sucks? We've just got another one, right? Robert Lewandowski, my guy, you know what I'm saying? I know some people say, Jonas, you don't really like Robert Lewandowski, but listen, it looks like it's been confirmed, right? Barcelona confirmed. Robert Lewandowski picked up an injury during Saturday's win. He'll reportedly miss around 3 weeks. And guys, I will not even lie to you guys. Remember, reportedly missed around 3 weeks. Guys, listen, I'm not going to lie. If we're looking at all these games, I'm telling you guys right now, this is not a good injury to have right now. Whether you rate Robert Lewandowski or you feel like he's a detriment at times, it's kind of irrelevant. Because I feel like that, look at the games that he's going to miss. 4 of the 6 games that he's going to miss, right, confirmed, are legitimately very crucial games to our season, right? Mallorca, maybe not. But Mallorca, you still got to win that game. Valladolid, you still got to win that game. Real Madrid, that Copa del Rey final that I'm expecting us to win. And guess what? Robert Lewandowski, he's had very good performances in that Copa del Rey, in that Super Cup final, right? That Clásico versus Real Madrid at the Bernabéu in their own house, scored a brace, a brilliant header. You know what I'm saying? Robert Lewandowski, I feel like against Real Madrid this season, specifically this season, has been money, right? Probably like 2 of his best performances have been against Real Madrid this season. I'm not even joking. And then obviously Inter Milan, home and away. Home and away. So it's going to be very difficult. To be honest, I feel like that, yeah, maybe he plays bad in one of those legs, but I feel like that he probably at least gets a goal. He probably gets at least 1 goal in the two ties or the 2 legs, right? But it just is what it is. Valladolid, we have to win that game. Real Madrid, home in La Liga at the Olympic Stadium. A huge, huge, huge game. You know, once again, he's actually had better games against Real Madrid. So whether you rate him or not, it is kind of irrelevant. And to have an injury, right? He is an old guy, 36 years old, but it's just annoying. It really is annoying, right? I feel like that Hansi Flick, man, if we just gave Ferran, you know, Ferran probably should have played the last 1 of 2 games. Ferran at least should have played 1 of 2 games, whether it be Celta or the game before. I really feel like it. Not the Champions League one, but the game before that, which was Leganés. I felt like that. Yo, he should have played a lot more, right? But listen, it is what it is, right? It is what it is, right? But the problem with this, guys, is just that it's not just Robert Lewandowski, right? We just got Dani Olmo from injury. We have to keep that brother absolutely healthy because he is the key. I feel like that. Dani Olmo is absolutely the key. He's crucial to our season. I feel like that we get past Inter Milan as long as we have Olmo. But once again, Robert Lewandowski, he's not the only injury. Guys, Alejandro Balde got injured. And guys, we can already see what we are suffering with Alejandro Balde. Alejandro Balde, right? He's been crucial this season in stopping counterattacks, right? Down the left. He's done very good. The only thing that you could say about Balde is that his final pass needs to improve. Outside of that, Balde has been good this season, you know? Balde overall has had an 8 out of 10 season, I feel like. Maybe even an 8.5. I would probably say 8 out of 10, right? Had his final cross been good, it's a 9 or 10 season for a left back. But Balde's still getting assists. Balde is going to be out basically, practically, right, for around the same amount of time as Robert Lewandowski. Maybe he gets back around this second leg. That is what they're aiming for. But real talk, if he doesn't get minutes, right, at least 15, 20 minutes in Real Valladolid game, I feel like that, Alejandro Balde might miss that Inter Milan game. And I know a lot of Barca fans are saying, but Balde might be back for the second leg. Lewandowski, apparently, rumors today, he might rush to get back. But ultimately, I do not want, right? This is our muscle injuries. I don't want none of these guys to rush ultimately. If they're truly 100% healthy, fair enough. But I don't want Balde to rush back, right? If Balde rushes back, let's be real. What if he gets injured again? What if he becomes like a Pedri situation where he struggles for another 2 years, right? Getting injured. What if he injures another part of his body? I'm not trying to see that. Alejandro Balde is very, very young. And unlike Lewandowski, right? If Lewandowski somehow rushed back, at least Robert Lewandowski, he's not, even if he ends his career, you know what? He's looking back at it. You know what? 36, I'm rushing to play in a UCL semifinal, second leg. It might be the last one of my career. So it's completely different. For Balde, I don't think he should rush it. For Robert Lewandowski, I wouldn't rush it, really. Play Ferran. We have a solid backup there, right? But listen, if he does, I hope it doesn't come back to bite us ultimately. But listen, I mean, guys, we got to move on because ultimately, right? Well, let me get to the chat real quick. Big up to the chat all the time, bro, right? John Williams, you're saying, bro, we just need to sign quality players because none of our first team players have a perfect replacement. And we don't even have a left winger that can reduce the pressure on Lamine Yamal. That's absolute facts, bro. Absolute facts. Let me tell you why. Because, hold up. My bad, guys. Let me tell you guys why this is absolute facts. It's because when Lamine Yamal wasn't in that game versus Celta Vigo, like, guys, don't make me have to, rewind the receipts. Guys, Lamine Yamal, we might be Yamal FC. Like, low-key, guys, I'm not going to lie. I was thinking the days of FC Barcelona being absolutely reliant on one man might be over. But I think I might have been wrong because the way that Lamine Yamal and Dani Olmo, to be fair, absolutely changed the game is unbelievable. Lamine Yamal is the only guy on our team that can just get the ball out wide, beat two players, face up, and put it across also. The quality that he has, creativity, we need to get that in the summer transfer window, right? We're going to do a lot of lives, obviously, when the big rumors come through around May, around June, right? Obviously, the window opens, I believe, in July. But let's be real, guys. Without Lamine Yamal, this team is really suspect. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's very suspect. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys without Pedri also and Lamine Yamal would be looking worse, 100%, right? Like, I'm looking at guys like Fermin, Frankie de Jong, right? Also, guys like, honestly, who else can I say? Even guys like Ferran, who's having a good season, to be fair, they wouldn't look good, if Lamine Yamal wasn't super creative, if Pedri wasn't super creative. Obviously, they are, right? And then you get the holes, right? You just plug in the holes with a Ferran, you know what I'm saying? A Fermin here and there, a Frankie. But Fermin, I'll be real, and Frankie de Jong, I've been disappointed with what I've seen the last two games, right? I feel like that Pedri has to carry this midfield, and I feel like that Barca, if we do not upgrade our level, you know what? Our season that we're talking about treble or bust, you know what I'm saying? Because ultimately it is that, right? Any competition that we don't win, we are going to be feeling bad about, right? But real talk, guys, I'm looking at it. A lot of these players need to prove more, do more. Fermin Lopez, he has to be more clinical. Like the chance against Leganes, right? I feel like the other day against Celta didn't do much, right? Against Borussia Dortmund, he had a big chance, right? It's not even hate, but then I'm looking Hansi Flick, the guy's not performing. Why are you not subbing him out? That doesn't make sense to me, And I'm not even trying to hate, bro. Real talk. It's not hate, but I'm not trying to rewind in the summer and be like, yeah, that game if Fermin took his chance. Nah, bro, we have a season right here to play. I'm trying to win right now. So, listen, guys, let's move on, though, because I told you guys we're not going to go on for too much longer. We still got like two more topics, right? But basically, guys, Barcelona, we play Inter Milan, right? We play Inter Milan, Internacional, Milano, right? Y'all can see it. And we're going to be playing them, right, in about 2 weeks, legitimately, about 2 weeks. And the thing is, right, I feel like that, man, how can I say it? Inter Milan, it's a clash of styles, right? FC Barcelona, you got the high line, right? Inter Milan, you got, opposite of that, they defend on the edge of their box a lot of times in Europe, right? I've heard Inter Milan fans, right? I've listened to some. Apparently, they play more attacking in Italy than they do in the Champions League. That makes sense, to be fair, though. They have more quality in Italy, so they take more risk. In the Champions League, it's going to be looking mad spooky, guys. I'm telling you guys right now, Inter Milan is a team, right? And I will be doing a video in depth about the weeks coming. And that will be lit. Check that one out when it comes out. But the thing is, right, Inter Milan, if we get past Inter, guys, I'm not joking, I think we win the champs. I'm not even joking. But I could see a world that Inter Milan actually knocks us out. I'm not going to lie. It's not out the realm of possibility. I think that it's a 60-40, even a 55-45. But what gives me hope is that Inter Milan, I know Vanley, he said something earlier. He said something like Inter Milan have been playing bad recently. You are right. That gives me a bit of hope. And the thing is with this, Inter Milan, the truth is they are a team that they don't need to play at their best to win. That's the truth. Because they didn't play at their best against, Bayern Munich. They didn't play at their best at all against FC Bayern Munich, right? If I'm being real, FC Bayern Munich had some good chances, but they didn't convert them. In the second leg, right? Alicia had a chance, right? In the first leg, Harry Kane had a golden opportunity, hit the post, right? I feel like that if it's our players, we might be more clinical. We might actually punish them. But at the same time, I'm looking at our high line. The way that we defended against Celta was unreal. That was bad. That was very bad. I'll be so honest. Why is Borja Iglesias, respectfully, right? He's a decent La Liga striker. he'll get you around 10, 11 goals, right? He scored a hat trick against us, guys. I don't think you guys deep it, right? So this Inter Milan team, we have to be wary. Lautaro Martinez, he's hot and cold. I hope he's cold, right, on the night. But we're going to have to deal with Thuram, right? He got injured. He's probably going to be back for the game, though, I've heard. So, listen, I think that FC Barcelona, the key to beating Inter, and I think that we will beat Inter, barely, just. But if we get one more injury, I can't say the same. And I'll be so honest, guys, I'm not that confident as I is. How can I? How legit? How can I? The way that we played has been spooky. And the thing is, if I don't say it right now, I feel like that I would be lying. I feel like that would be disingenuous. No cap. Um, Listen, like once again, Inter Milan, we know who Inzaghi is. Inzaghi is a top manager. Inzaghi is a manager that he gets the absolute best out of his players. So when you're going to see DeMarco and you're going to see Bastoni and you're going to see so many guys truly defending at a top level, guys, it's going to be tough to break. We're going to need something special. This is a tie that I'm looking at Dani Olmo, Pedri, Lamine Yamal, our creative players, right? Rafinha, we're going to need Rafinha to be clutch and score in big moments again. Because I guarantee you this, okay? I don't want to say it, but in that first leg at home at Barcelona, if we don't beat them by at least 2 goals, I'm telling you, a 1-goal margin, a tie, oh my God, don't even get me started on thinking about a loss, bro. That is a nightmare scenario. I can't lie, going into San Siro. Let's be real. Guys, be real. Guys, in the chat, San Siro away. Let's say we drew against FC Barcelona, right? I mean, we are FC Barcelona. Chat, let's say that FC Barcelona, we draw against Inter Milan, right? In the first leg. How confident are you guys about beating, right, Inter at their home stadium in the San Siro? I'm not too confident, right? Bayern Munich did a good job, but I don't know if I would say, like, chat, let me know, because me personally, I don't know if I would be confident, right? I would be like, you know what? I trust some of these players. I trust the manager. Hansi Flick has won the UCL before. Apparently, he has beaten Inzaghi before with Lazio. Lazio versus Bayern. But the thing is, Lazio did not have the quality of Inter Milan. That is the truth. This guy's won title after title, Italian titles with Inter. So, listen, we're going to have to be very, 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 very cautious, I feel like that, man, it's going to be very tough. This run is going to be mad tough. Big up to Yao. Against Real Valladolid, we must play our B team, right? I absolutely think the same. Like, bro, I was showing them on the screen, right? Yeah, bro, I was showing them our running because it's unbelievable, guys. Like, look at this, actually. Bro, we have Mallorca. That's not going to really be an easy game. I know it sounds like it's easy, but it's only because you see Real Madrid and Inter on the screen. Obviously, Real Madrid next week in that Copa del Rey final. Inter Milan at home, Internacional. We have to win that game. Real Madrid and the Inter Milan games are must-wins, right? The La Liga one, technically it is a must-win, but it's not over, right? If it's a draw or something, technically, there's still going to be 5 more matches, technically, right? Obviously, I want to win, but Real Madrid, Copa del Rey final, we have to win that game, right? Inter Milan, you have to win that game, right? Because the away leg, if we get a draw, right? A draw here and a win here, it's good enough, right? Even if it's tight. But I think we got to win by at least 2 goals against Inter Milan to have confidence that we're going to go through. And then in the away leg, I'm not trying to see a performance that like we had against Dortmund in the second leg. That was unacceptable. But, yeah, you make a very good point. This is an absolute must-rest game. Must-rest game. I can't stress it enough. Guys, Real Valladolid, they are bottom of the table, I believe, in La Liga. They cannot buy a win against bad teams in La Liga, right? They keep on losing. They are right now, they're a charity team. You know what? You just roll in there, you get whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? It's legit. It's like a garage sale, bro. You pick up what you want. That is Real Valladolid this season. So I'm looking at Barca. Yo, that Valladolid game, we have to rest. There is no excuses. I want to see Pau Victor. You know what I'm saying? I want to see Pablo Torre get minutes in that game. Even Ansu. I seen Ansu was very, very mad not getting minutes. I understand it. He was like, yo, some of these guys are probably tired, and I'm not even getting a sniff. Obviously, these 2 games, Inter and Real Madrid at home, It's going to be very, very difficult. Like, let's not cap. Like, let's not lie to ourselves, right? But listen, I mean, ultimately, guys, we know it's going to be tough, right? I feel like that, man, if we can somehow win out this season, you have to give Hansi Flick, bro, give him that extension, bro. Give him a lifelong extension. I ain't gonna cap. That would be ridiculous. I don't know if that's gonna happen, but what are the chances? Like, we don't have to win every single game. Like, we can get away with 2 draws, right? But we do have to win most of these games, bro. I ain't gonna lie, guys. It's spooky, bro. I'm not gonna even lie, because the problem is that we've actually played very good, right? And my problem is that Copa del Rey, Champions League, you can't really prepare much better. You know, you're in the semis, you're in the final, right? It just is what it is. It's a must-win games now, right? In La Liga is where my issue is. Had we been 10 points clear in La Liga, I'm not even stressing, right? I'm like, yo, rest them this game, rest them this game. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely no worries. But the problem is in La Liga, right? It's a 4-point gap still. You know, Real Madrid are not going away. That is the thing. They are kind of floundering, but guess what? They're getting by, barely, right? If it's 6 points, I think we win. If it's 7 points gap, I think we win at this stage of the season. But the fact that it's 4, right? 4 is still comebackable, bro, if that's a word. Real Madrid fans, I'm not trying to give you guys hope, but it's still comebackable if they win a Clasico and we choke again. Technically, right? Listen, it's a win and a loss, basically, because they can make up ground, technically, right? So that's where I'm like, 2 bad games, and Real Madrid can potentially win the title. The thing is, a lot of people are not expecting Real Madrid to win out, and I'm not expecting it either. That would be ridiculous. You know, Carlo Ancelotti probably should have drew today. Fair enough, they won, but they haven't played good at all. You know what I'm saying? They have not played good at all. But listen, man, I'm not gonna even lie to you guys, right? Listen, I want to talk about another topic right here, guys, real quick, because we're probably going to go on for around 10 minutes, and then I do unfortunately have to bounce. But big up to all you guys, right? Smash up them likes, right? Guys, we need to talk about the Neymar news, right? Because we were speaking about how Barcelona, they need to get more quality ultimately, right? They need to get a lot more quality. Like, I honestly think that this season has proven us, like, it's showing us that, okay, Koundé's tired, right? Let's Lamine Yamal. Pedri, right? That's 3 guys. Rafinha, that's 4 guys ultimately, right? So that's 4 signings then. I feel like that Jan Laporta, you got to make 4 signings then, because we're always complaining about 4 guys not getting rest. The rest of the guys are getting rest. Cabarsi at least is getting rest here and there when Araujo starts. You know, Frankie de Jong, fair enough, in the beginning of the season was getting rest because Casado, like in the middle of the season, we're seeing the Casado and Frankie rotating. That was very nice. And matter of fact, Casado, by the way, he might actually come back this season. He's rushing to get back, but I don't know if he should. If he can and he's fully fit, the last 2 La Liga games and the UCL final, to just be in the squad, right? Maybe he plays the 1 of 2 last La Liga games. Fair enough. But guys, I want to look at this because we need to talk about Neymar Jr. Because Neymar Jr., right? This guy right here, unfortunately, right? He got injured again, right? I can't even lie to you guys. Neymar is my guy. Y'all know me, okay? Neymar is my guy. You know, the young generation, y'all have Lamine Yamal. You know, I had Neymar. Neymar was the guy that I grew up on, bro. Legit, first season that I really been following the club, we signed Neymar. Neymar's first season, right? And the thing with Neymar right now is that it was heavily reported, obviously, that his plan was to go to FC Barcelona. And then the rumors started heating up. FC Barcelona. If Neymar does very good in Brazil, you know what? They're actually going to give him like a 2-year contract, like a 1+1. But the thing is this. Neymar had to, you know what I'm saying, play very good in Brazil. You know, rip up the league, score goals, get assists. And the second point, B, was that he had to stay fit. And honestly, had he just done even 1 of 2, honestly, I kind of would have been open to Neymar. I'm not going to even lie to you guys, because Dani Olmo, for as much as I love him, and I think he's a top quality player, I think that, Dani Olmo has been mad, you know what I'm saying, injury prone. That is my thing with Dani. You know what I'm saying? He has been injury prone. I'm being so real. So, listen, my thing is that, honestly, I think that Dani Olmo and Neymar, you could split the time. But this is the truth, guys. Neymar Jr., he doesn't warrant to be in this Barcelona team. It kind of sucks because he's my second favorite player ever. But Neymar, for being real, he got injured in Brazil. Yeah, again. Bro, I think it was his first start like ever or back past his last injury. So Neymar, he keeps getting injured. So ultimately, you know what? I think that Barca just have to move on. You know what? Trust Pablo Torre. Give Torre minutes. I'd rather do that, because Neymar is not going to be fit. We're going to have another situation probably similar to Christensen, right? Christensen has not been fit. That is what it's looking like with Neymar, bro. And my guy Neymar, I'm sorry, but his muscles, I don't know what's happened to them. You know what I'm saying? Legit, every single time, a hamstring, a thigh, something pulls. So I think that the boat has sailed. You know what? I would have actually gave Neymar a chance, but he didn't stay fit. Number one, you could say partially it's out of his control, but two, he's not even ripping up the league, really. Look at the stats. Look at the highlights. He looks mad stiff. I'm not going to lie, guys. And I feel like, honestly, you know what? We could have done a Camp Nou thing where we're unveiling Neymar as the guy, right, to open up the new Camp Nou. But I'll be so real, guys. I don't think that's smart. I really don't. I don't even think he's the guy. If he comes to Barca, I think that he's going to play max 20, 25, you're pushing it, games for us, right? I don't know if it's the guy, bro. Yao, big up to you. You said Neymar, bro. Listen, I don't know about all that. Big up, Sunshine. No Lewa, no party. Listen, I was talking about that Lewandowski injury. I think that's a horrible injury. I'm not gonna even lie because no, bro, Sunshine, we can beat Inter Milan. I still got chest. I still got confidence about beating not Real Madrid, bro. We beat Real Madrid in our sleep, bro. We don't have to worry about them. I'm talking about Inter Milan. You know what I'm saying? Our real opposition. Inter Milan, I can't lie. This is what I got to say about them. Bro, this is the thing. Yeah, we still got the shark. I feel like that if Dani Olmo gets injured against Inter, we might be cooked. I can't lie. If Lamine Yamal gets injured against Inter, we might be cooked. If Rafinha gets injured, if Pedri gets injured, we are cooked, guys. I'm not going to lie. If one of the big four, right, Dani Olmo, right, Rafinha, Lamine, and Pedri get injured, it might be over. I can't lie. But at least with Loa, this is the thing. Loa is very, very big for us. But the thing is with Loa is just that, man, at least we got Ferran. That's the thing. We got the shark, right? Yao said it, bro. It's shark season. Ferran Torres' best ever season for FC Barcelona is this year. I can't even hate in any way. He's scoring goals off the bench. He is a super sub, right? It's shark season. You know what I'm saying? I used to call him the vegan shark. You know what I'm saying? This guy eats meat now, bro. He's a carnivore, brother. He's a normal shark. That's his nickname, right? Sunshine, big up to you. Smash up them likes, guys. Smash it up, right? Guys, we will be heading out. Let me just read the chat. Guys, listen. We will be going not live for the watch along versus Mallorca. Unfortunately, I have a lot of things. I'll have a video in between that time. But that El Clasico final, we will be doing a watch along for that. There will be a watch along. And honestly, I hope my Wi-Fi holds up again. But I got the timer. I got the score line, right? I got everything ready for a proper, nice watch along. So it will be good. And to see Real Madrid tears, right? I'm pretty sure Sunshine likes Real Madrid over Barca too. So to see some Sunshine and Real Madrid tears, right? That would be sick. I can't lie. Let me read some. Neymar can be a super sub. That's what I was thinking initially. Dani Olmo and him can rotate. But the reality is that, I don't even know about that anymore. I don't know about that anymore. Like, real talk, I really don't. But let me see what else you're saying. It's like somebody cursed Neymar. I absolutely agree. I feel bad for Neymar too, Emmanuel. Big up to you. But all I can say, guys, is that honestly, right, bro, it is what it is. The boat has sailed with Neymar, guys. It just truly has, guys. Listen. This is the last comment before I wrap up, guys. Listen, big up to all y'all, right? Did you watch the Madrid game? Yeah, I talked about it. What's it called? I talked about that actually before this. What's it called? What did I say? Before this topic, what am I saying? At the start of this live, I talked about this topic, Madrid game, right? I was cooking Madrid. So you can rewind to watch that if you want later on. But you know what I'm saying? Man, of course they play better without Mbappe. I'm not surprised. You know what I'm saying? Big up, what's it called? Juve, Gio. You know what I'm saying? My guy Gio. Juventus fan, big Juventus fan, right? Support him always, right? Bro, yeah, I seen Inter lost to Bologna. I seen their form. Their last 5 games haven't been good. I'll talk about it. I will talk about it. And Gio, I'm gonna message you later on something, probably a DM. But yo, big up to you always, bro. Listen, honestly, man. But that's it, bro. Guys, listen, I have to go somewhere. You know, I got a schedule live with my guy Omar BYT on his channel. So if you want to see more of me, legit in like 5-6 minutes, right? We're probably gonna start. Go head over to Omar BYT because listen, I can't do the redirect thing because I need 1,000 subs. Guys, get me to 1,000 subs so I can do a redirect. But ultimately, guys, I will be on Omar's channel. We're going to talk about way more stuff about Barca. Also with Barca Boy, I think he'll make it. But John Williams, everybody, Sunshine, Emmanuel, Yao, anybody else, Gio also. But yeah, you know what, John Williams, I do think they're slightly overrated, but they get the job done. Guys, but that's it. Listen. We will talk about the ties, all the news later on, probably next week or, you know what I'm saying, just in a couple days. I will make a video. Stay tuned, right? You know, big support. I love you guys. Real talk, bro. Y'all make my day when I at least have 5-6 people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? I really love it. So I will see you on the next one. Like up the stream, right? Subscribe to the channel, road to 900 subs, and I will see you on the next one, right? Visca Barca, bro.